case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In a pivotal 1999 Supreme Court case, AT&T Corp v. Iowa Utilities Board, the court examined the authority of the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, to enforce regulations under the Telecommunications Act of 1996. The case centered around the idea that the government agency responsible for overseeing telecommunications should have the power to make rules about how companies charge for their services, particularly in relation to intrastate communication. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 fundamentally changed local telephone markets by allowing for increased competition and granting new carriers access to incumbent local exchange carrier (LEC) networks. Competitors could obtain access through purchasing services at wholesale rates, leasing network elements on an unbundling basis, or interconnecting with an incumbent's network. When negotiations between parties failed, they could petition state commissions to arbitrate open issues. However, the Court of Appeals had previously ruled that states should have more power in regulating intrastate communication, which led to the case being brought before the Supreme Court. In their decision, the Supreme Court ultimately ruled that the FCC does indeed have the authority to create rules related to the Telecommunications Act of 1996, even for intrastate communication. The court upheld the FCC's pick-and-choose rule, which requires incumbent LECs to make available any individual interconnection, service, or network element arrangement contained in any agreement approved by a state commission. It also upheld Rule 315(b) as a reasonable interpretation of the statute. However, the court invalidated Rule 319 due to ambiguity and contradictions in the 1996 Act. After this landmark decision, the case was remanded for further proceedings, ultimately reinforcing the FCC's authority to enforce certain regulations under the Telecommunications Act of 1996.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.